which we already do. Get back in a kayak. Fish Florida more.
You can do Florida or what?
Fish more new lakes.
All right, we're okay. Recording. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, Kelly. Come on. Come on, Kelly. Let's go. Over here. Kelly, come on. Recording on there. Let me just double check. All right, recording. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Just, let's go. Come on. Over here. Over here. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Throw this on. All right, so you shared the notes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's look.
We started off. What up, what up? And then that's what we got right now, and then we can freestyle off of that.
You know, you could send a link.
It was boomer, brother, boomer.
God damn, bro.
What up, what up, what up? I'm
What up?
packing yagging. We back in live and direct. It's been what, a couple weeks since we shot our last one?
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Overall, I feel like it's been like 2 or 3 months that have been completely off just because we've been so busy with our lives. And we say this every fucking episode that we've dropped recently. But like, I feel like I'm excited about this one, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're finally going to get back to the swing of things.
Yeah.
Get information that needs to be out. Talk a little bit of fishing. Talk a little bit of maybe we can do like we're not done with the year, but maybe we can also, when we do our freestyle section, we can do our like wrap up our year in fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, it is about to be December.
We can actually wrap up our numbers on Spotify too.
Oh yeah, we can check that out. Our first like half-ass year of doing it. Dope. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, guys, welcome back to Unpacking Yakking. Today's going to be a little bit of a life update, information update, a year-end recap, and then, you know, expectations maybe of 2024.
Yes, sir.
And we can go from there. So to start off, we have personal stuff on the agenda, man. What are you looking to get into, or what have you got going on the last couple of weeks since we did our last podcast?
What have I been going on? Fixing my fucking computer and somehow trying to figure out to get better internet access in my stupid little apartment.
That's crazy, man, that you have bad internet in 2023 right on where you live.
Well, what ideally upsets me is the fact that I originally want to get Google Fiber. I hear good things about Google Fiber. I could be wrong on this. I'm not like, you know, very tech savvy when it comes to things like this, but it really upsets me that the apartment complex contracted to an internet provider, you know, called Astro. No disrespect to them. It's just, I don't have good service in my room or my office or anywhere in my fucking apartment, you know? And I can't switch internet. Like, that's the fucking...
I've never even heard of the Astro. Is it
Yeah.
like a local San Antonio company?
Yeah, I believe so. They were good at first, but then once the apartment complexes started to fill up, that's when the internet really took a shit.
Astro Internet
Yeah.
Services? Astro?
I think it's that.
Astro or Astound?
Astound. I'm sorry. Astound. Astound. That's it.
I was like...
Astound. That's it.
Astound.
Again, you know,
Astound Internet Mobile Streaming
Yeah.
Services.
I'm paying $60 and, you know, I think it's a little expensive to have poor internet. I get better internet on my fucking phone than I do.
Their internet statement is a lot different. Ditch and lag the hidden fees from your internet. Switch to Astound and start saving. Get ultra fast internet for $25 a month. That's a lie.
Wait, $25 a month. I'm paying $60.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
Fuck, dude.
Getting bent over, bucko. That's weird. I've never heard of Astound.
Yeah. So the apartment complex.
It's like that's
Contracts
the
to them.
shitty thing. I feel like apartment complexes nowadays they like
Half-ass everything.
no, they buddy up with a specific provider and
Yeah,
they won't,
to save
they won't
money.
give you. Who had some shit like that? Was that you?
What?
Somebody else that I know? Oh no, my wife's friend Carla out in Houston. They have like a similar setup where
Yeah.
they're like I guess their like floors or some shit, they're all connected with the internet, and their neighbor canceled their internet service and then it canceled theirs. So like they didn't have internet and she's like a social media manager for a couple different companies, and he's like cybersecurity with work. So he was like, they didn't have internet for like 2 or 3 days, and they were losing their mind.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
crazy, right? Thinking that if internet goes out, like we're all like, we would just be on the water. But
Yeah,
like I feel like most people would be like, what the fuck's happening?
I'd be fucking. Speaking of water, I haven't been there in a minute, bro, and I know you've been wanting to go out.
Going on Friday.
Damn, I hate you so much. So, ideally, I want to go fishing. I've been wanting to go fishing for some time now, since like my whole like little depressive mood hit.
Dude, you haven't been on the water in so long.
Do you think
Your kayak has faded to white now in my backyard? No, I'm just kidding.
it's fucking looking like the videos that Manny sends with his old Android phone all pixelated and shit?
What were you saying? You're getting in, like you were talking about you've been wanting to go.
So like I've been wanting to go, but ideally, like if I can't fucking, excuse me, if I cannot go fishing, ideally my main concern is getting this fucking pot off the ground. You know, that's my main goal. Like if I can't go,
take consistency.
Ideally, I just want to get my work done with the potting first before fishing. You know, I love fishing, and ideally that's my number one. But right now, like I'm really trying to get this pod going because I see a lot of people coming up with fishing podcasts now, and
I haven't seen any.
There's a few that hit my algorithm, and ideally I'm 100% supportive of them. But I am competitive by nature, and so is Albert, and.
Jay, you tell me somebody's stepping on our toes, Baba. It's game over. What are we doing? What do we got to do? Let me know.
Be consistent with episodes.
Let me find out what the fuck's happening in San Antonio.
So, yeah, a few podcasts in my algorithm, no disrespect to them. It's all love, but this is the competitive side of me where I want to get back on it. You know, this is only going to make me want to be a better producer, you know, and work on my craft more, you know, and ultimately make this show a lot better for everybody who's been tuning in, which I'm excited to read these numbers pretty soon.
We'll get to that point. That's a little later. So continue with your personal stuff. What you got? So you've been going to the gym a lot?
I've been going to the gym. Fucked up my knee again. So I was limping for like a good month and a half. Back up to normal. Just came back from Austin yesterday training. And I'm just motivated right now, man. I've been sleeping good. I'm just motivated to get my... just get these pod numbers back up.
That's good, dude. Sleeping is important. And with a toddler that's going through, growth spurt, she's grown almost 2 inches in the last 2 months. She's not sleeping as well at night with being growing pains, teething. She's got all 4 canines coming in, so she looks like a little vampire now. It's kind of funny. She's talking a shitload. I feel like she's grown mentally like 6 years. It's crazy. You can talk to her in complete sentences. It's hilarious.
Really?
You can have little communicative sentences with her, which is crazy because she's 20 months old. We took her to see a movie last night,
I saw that.
which was fun, but also crazy. She sat in the chair for like 30 minutes, and then the other hour and a half was like going from seat to seat. But the vibe is, it was a Tuesday children's movie. There was other parents there with other crazy kids, so it was like, it was mutual. Everybody was kind of spaced out. Everybody understood that if you heard a kid screaming, like, you're not gonna. It's not like a Saturday Marvel opening day. Like, shut up! Like, it's kids.
Get the baby out of here!
Shut the fuck up! Shit! Goddamn! Like everybody's having a good time with their children, so it's cool.
Out of curiosity, when do you plan on taking her to getting
To the
on a
water?
kayak? Yeah.
Oh, this summer, if we can have water in our rivers, and if not, I mean, there's spots where I can take her that have water.
Hey, bro,
but
you should take her out right now in the wintertime, bro. This will make her or break her.
yeah, well, right. If I took you out in the wintertime, you probably would have never done fishing again.
I've got a pretty funny story. So I took Chris out to the trout zone when her and I had first met, and she wanted to go fishing. I was like, all right, well, we go fly fishing, I have another kayak, we can go fly fishing. Trout season's in. And I wake her up like at like 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m., some crazy time just to impress her. And I was like, all right, let's go. And she's like, it's raining outside, and it's like below 30. I was like, yeah, this is a perfect time to go fishing. Low pressure, it's cold, Bro, we went fishing in 30-degree weather at the trout zone and waders and stuff like that.
It was just you and her?
It was just me and her. I mean, of course, the old timer showed up, but she learned how to cast with the fly rod.
Yeah.
And she actually fell in love with fly fishing. Yeah. But it just made me laugh because she was freezing her ass off the whole time, and and
Let's go.
Yeah, and I was like, this will make you or break you, and she was like, wow. She's like, she was kind of shocked at first, but then she has an addictive personality, so she just fell in love with it. You know, she just fell in love with the whole beauty of it. But sadly, that area we no longer have access to. They built a fucking encampment in that whole area on the Guad. Right, it used to be damn it, that concert venue.
Oh, they did build like a
Whitewater
below
amphitheater.
Whitewater.
Yeah, below Whitewater. We no longer have access to that beach that was there.
Oh, but you could still launch there. I mean, you could publicly launch there.
Well, I don't know if they bought that area out, but like we stopped by there and we drove through there because I was gonna take her fishing, and I was like, let's go to our spot where we went to, and bro, it's
all developed and shit.
Yeah, it's all developed. There's a roller coaster there. Like,
god damn, brother.
Yeah,
making Manny bringing all them damn people,
California,
building their houses. Well, that's cool, dude. So you've been doing that. You've been working out. You've been fucking going to Kill Tony, no invites. Piece of shit. That's dope. You were just there 2 nights ago.
Yeah. So
how was that? Funny?
It was a lot of fun, man. Well, I didn't get to enjoy the show as much as I would have liked, and the reason to that was just because I'd been up since 2 a.m. working, you know, and right after, as soon as I got off of work, I went directly over to the mothership, and I ate a badass burger right before, ran into Miss Amio and D Madness. I was like saying hello to Miss Amio, and then D's like, "What up?"
Miss Amio, she still goes.
Yeah, she still
every
goes,
day.
Right? She goes
every Monday?
Every year. So,
and signs up.
I don't know if I should say this, but essentially, somebody needs to get D to the mothership.
Oh yeah. And so that's her.
She helps out. She's one of the people that helps out. Yeah, so it's really, really dope. And you know, we chopped it up, we talked, and one part of the show I was falling asleep. I can't really speak on the show, but one part of the show was falling asleep. It's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go outside and get some fresh air, you know, and then ran.
Falling asleep at Kill Tony couldn't be me.
Oh, bro, being up at 2 a.m. in the morning, bro, you're gonna.
Yeah. You're right.
Especially once you end up getting a few drinks and a little bit,
a little wacky tobacco.
Yeah,
come on,
a
little fish whistle. Exactly. When you hit the fish whistle too hard in the morning.
Yeah, I was just like this on table falling asleep. I was like, let me go get some fresh air. So
I can't wait to be fish whistling, holding a 7-pounder on Friday.
I go outside, and then sure enough, I see Sean Gardini there. And I don't know if you're familiar who Sean Gardini is. So Gardini is he's a comedian, but he produces Matt McCusker and Shane Gillis' podcast.
Dope.
So his affiliation with me, I had never met him before. I had only spoken to him online, but dude, he helped me he basically gave me a set of instructions on how to edit podcasts, you know, audios and the audio files.
The audio side of things.
Yeah.
Did you say you asked him to be on the pod?
Yeah. So I'll get into that. So I go up to him like, Gardini, and he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "It's Palacios." Introduced myself and all that. I was like, because we were talking not that long ago. So he just moved
on social media.
Yeah, he just moved to Austin, and I was like trying to connect him. By the way, I connected him with Jay Gone Fishing, and then I told him about Marshall too. So I basically, and then of course I told him Manny and us. But anyways, told him thank you, this and that, and he knew exactly who we were because he fishes. And yeah, he was telling me he just moved into Austin. It's been 10 days and all that stuff. And he was telling me how he's excited he might be getting a job at the mothership and all that good stuff. And I was just essentially telling him, thank you, man. So I was like, hey, have you gone fishing? He's like, no, I haven't gone fishing yet. I just moved in. I'm like kind of a little like, you know, mentally drained from the move-in and stuff. I was like, well, look, bro, I was like, if you want to go fishing, depending on what you want to do, if you want to go on a boat, hit up Jay Gone Fishing. If you want to go do stand-up paddleboard, which I recommend more towards the summer, Marshall's your guy. And I was like, if you want to go kayak fishing, I was like, you're more than welcome to join us, bro. Like any given time. I was like, I'll hook you. I was like, if you're ever in San Antonio, whatnot, like stop by Outdoor Alphas. Like we'll hook you up with some lures, a rod and reel and stuff like that. And I was like, we shoot our podcast there, and like he said he'd be down to do it. So
oh yeah,
I'm not gonna drag him on there. It's Austin. He said he'd drive it down here, so I was like, oh shit, you know.
We just got to get back to coordinating and planning, man. I mean, that's also felt like I've dropped off with that too, just with work picking up. It's not only that, like, yes, SEMO was a big thing, but then also we've got, I'm still a small business, so Black Friday hits.
Not only a small business, bro, you're one-man shop, bro.
Yeah, one-man shop, got 3 painters on $10.99, and, I mean, I got the guys next door that help out a lot, but, dude, I mean, I got to do everything. I got to do the emails. I got to be the guy that wears all the hats, the customer service guy, the Instagram social media marketer, the guy who, communicates with customers via online sources, whether that's through Shopify quoting, through the DMs, text messages, phone calls, scheduling, everything, man. So I got to do it all. So it's kind of like yesterday, you were like, man, I didn't get here from you, blah, 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 because we were going to do something today. It's just, dude, I was fucking head down finishing a 2019 limited. And then tomorrow I've got to drop off and just move some things around to work all day today, come do the pod tonight or this afternoon. Work
Ideally,
all day
we're
tomorrow.
supposed to go fishing today.
Ideally, we were supposed to go fishing today. And
I didn't hear from you.
It's a good, like, cold, low pressure day, but Friday is going to be almost back up to like 80, like 77, 78's the high, clear, cloudy skies. We're supposed to get some ugly rain throughout the evening and tomorrow. So hopefully that oxygen in the water gets the fish going. And I'm going to go to a spot I haven't gone to in probably a year. I can't, obviously y'all find out wherever that'll be, but hopefully I get on some big fish. I've got some products to test and stuff like that.
Actually, quick question. What do you mean by oxygen in the water?
Oxygen in the water. So
when
like
it rains.
obviously, H2O, whenever some of these bodies of water get stagnant, they don't got a lot of flow. We haven't had rain in a month or so, which I don't know how long we haven't had rain, but let's say it was a month without rain. You get a good influx, a half inch of rain overnight, man. You're getting fresh oxygen in the water. The runoff is grabbing nutrients from the ground. You're getting, bugs that inevitably get sucked in and kind of sparks up the food chain, right? You get the bait fish fired up, the game fish. Once the game fish are active, that's where you want to be fishing. So it's just always good to fish during and after that rainy weather. I mean, you've been a part of that, where it rained and then you caught your PB, right? That fresh oxygen just gets life going. I mean, I
still think about that day.
Yeah, it gets the ecosystem fired up. I mean, it gets the whole chain, the whole food cycle fired up.
So it's essentially like I don't know if anybody's got like a pet fish out there, or an aquarium. So ideally, the filter that's constantly recycling the water is ideally giving oxygen to the fish.
To the fish, it gets.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah,
for somebody simple who's
breathe
not
better.
familiar.
Not only do they breathe better, but it gets the whole food chain fired up. From
because water's flowing, so ideally, I guess things that were homes or whatever for the bugs, fish, or whatever, or hiding spaces, ideally starts to get tampered with, and that's
everything. Again, you get tampered with. You get the nutrients from the dirt. You get the ground moving. You get bugs that get washed away. Things are chasing those bugs. Whether that's out of the water like lizards, geckos, etc. That gets the bait fish fired up. And same thing. And then the bass are looking to eat the gecko or the perch that's, or the bluegill rather. We don't have perch down here. Bluegill, they're, eating the bugs. So it's just fun. All around fun. So hopefully Friday's a good day for me on the water. I haven't been in a little over a week and I won't be able to go for quite some time. Dude, life's been crazy. So
who are you going to go with?
I'm going to go by myself.
You're going to go by yourself?
Yes, sir. Yes,
what
sir.
area? Can you say?
I'm going to go like Central Texas. Texas. Nice. Yes, sir. Central Texas. It'll be fun. About an hour away from San Antonio. So you do the radius math there.
So I was talking to one of our buddies. I don't know if I should throw his name, but maybe mid conversation I'll throw it out there. But so when we're talking about the trout zone, I posted that photo of that striper we had caught.
Oh yeah.
With the missing swim bait. Our buddy told us that I guess there's guys out there that kill them. They hate stripers, whatnot, because they eat the trouts.
Yeah.
I kind of want to dabble that on the topic.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's a good topic we can talk about. Fuck.
Just
okay,
essentially because it's 4 years since we caught. Okay, so what happened was I have video of it. I posted up on our Instagram channel, but Albert and I were in the trout zone and we saw a giant striper with a swim bait attached to its eye. We don't know who did it, but Albert and I stopped immediately what we were doing, and we focused our time and attention to catch this striper to remove the swim bait.
Because he was already going. It was already like if you're talking about 100 HP. That fish was like 50 to 40. Wasn't moving very much. It was in a part of the water it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, super shallow.
We netted it with with a net, right? It took us a couple tries, but you shouldn't be able to catch a 35 plus inch striper with a net, like ever, right? So its HP was low.
Yeah. So we caught it, removed the bait. Unfortunately, the fish ended up dying a couple days or a week later from the infection.
From an infection?
Yeah, from the eye infection. It was really, really bad.
And it didn't even have an eye.
Yeah, it didn't.
It was like gone.
No, not at all. And we took photos ideally just to kind of post out. We figured the fishing community would reach out and say, well, we saw it, so on and so forth. But one of our buddies told me that stripers aren't really liked upon during trout season. And in fact, he went even as far as to say that people kill them, you know.
Oh, you didn't know this?
No, I didn't know this. I just got brought.
Well, this would be a good juicy topic to talk about. Reel this one up, bro. Is the okay? So in the Central Texas area and the trout zone, we all know where that's at. That's no secret. Below Canyon Lake, directly below Canyon Lake, from the discharge to probably a couple miles below a campground called Lazy L&L. Trout Unlimited, a bunch of cucks, pay for the stocking of trout in our river, right? In the river, not our river, the river. And they just act really uppity about it. If you're going out there with the spinning rod, I think Joe Rogan's even talked about this particular like issue on his podcast. I'm pretty sure that like they'll lose their mind if you go out there with a spinning rod and a treble hook and catch these fish on like a MEP spinner. They think they're doing something, catching fish they paid to stock, right? So as kayak anglers like us, and we go out there, sure, we'll go out there.
Conservationists, I like to say.
Yeah, no, they try to act like they're conservationists, yet they'll kill the striper that we'll get to, which is annoying. But anyways, they act like they own the water. They act like they own the fish. They act like they're doing something, catching fish that are stocked. Like, calm down, buddy. These fish were stocked. They're put there to be caught. I mean, if you have ever gone to the trout zone, you know what I'm talking about. You'll roll up to pools. There'll be 17 dudes there and 200 fucking trout stuck in a little pool, and they're all just like with their little floating egg like this. You know, they'll go throw it up, let it float down. If they catch it, they catch it. And then here's our dumbass throwing 10 to 12 inch trout swim bait, trying to catch trout eaters, whether that be striper, whether that be largemouth bass, whether that be big trout. I've had big trout eat a trout swim bait. So it's and there comes us, you know, going over with all their shit. And sometimes, honestly, I like to kind of piss them off on purpose and bust out the spinning rod and throw it in front of them and catch it, because it's like, dude, calm down. They're just really uppity about these trout, and I don't understand. I mean, they act like they're doing something. They act like they're like, you know, God's gift to fly fishing, and it's like, guys, calm down. Y'all paid for these trout to be dumped here, this 10 miles of river. Like,
it's a cycle of life.
Calm down.
It's a cycle of life.
Yeah.
You know, these trout, unfortunately, you know, they're either going to die in the hot summer.
Some will hold over because the water is coming directly from the bottom of Canyon Lake, so the water does constantly stay 60 to 65 degrees year round. That's why I love to fish it in the winter, because it's one of the only spots that's going to be hot and steamy 65 degrees when it's 22 degrees out and everywhere else is frozen. But these guys get real uptight about it, and it's just kind of funny. Like, it's funny at the end of the day. I mean, imagine if I was like, I'd try to like relate it to if we were like that. Like, if we were fishing a stocked tank of bass that we paid for, and then we got upset at that people were like fishing it in a different way, a method of fishing than we wanted to do, right? It's just silly. It's just silly. They're funny, they're uppity, and it's fun to piss them off, to be honest with you, because I mean,
that's you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at Manny too, bro. It's just fun to make them laugh, like, or to see them upset. Like, it's like, dude, calm down, bro. If you're that serious about it, you know, I mean, go to fucking Colorado and catch a trout like in the wild, not one that you paid to stock. I don't understand the concept. But those same people that get all upset that you're fishing with a treble hook and what about the fish? Don't take them out the water. They'll openly kill striper, which is hilarious. I don't understand. They're conservationists. They get upset if you take a trout out of the water 2 inches and keep them in the water. Don't fucking fish with barbs. Oh, a fucking striper? Like, I don't understand, dude. It's so silly. So, yeah, they'll actively target the striper, kill him, and literally throw him on the bank.
They just throw him on the bank, kill him.
It's so stupid. Like, a beautiful 40-inch striper, they'll kill. They catch it, they'll kill it. If they catch it because it ate a trout that was on their line, they'll kill it.
I mean, I'm all for catching stripers and eating it, you know, but I'm not for...
I don't know if they take them home to kill them or to eat them, but I don't think so.
This person who reached out to me told me, I'm not going to throw his name out there, but he said that specifically he's seen people kill those fish and just toss them on the bank.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just because they despise the fact that they eat their fish that they paid or that get stocked up into that water, body of water.
Again, a native. It's not even really a native fish because stripers aren't necessarily native. They came from stalking of the lake and they just inevitably moved down.
But I mean, they adapted very well here.
How cool is it to be able to catch a 20, 30, 40-pound striper in the Guadalupe River?
Oh, fucking amazing. Remember that kid
Yeah.
who we're fishing that one time and there was a kid tossing that citizen and he ended up catching that, was it a record striper?
I don't remember, but we met him. We were going downriver
Yeah.
and he was coming up at Horseshoe Falls. Yeah, I mean, that's
I forgot his name, man.
amazing.
I wish I could remember him.
It's so cool. Like that's like a one place where you can catch a 6-7 pound bass plus you can catch a 20+ inch trout that was stocked, a 20+ inch rainbow, which would be a dope day, and then catch like a 20-30 pound striper,
And you can
all
also catch
within
a
the same
catfish
5
as well.
miles. Yeah, you can, big flathead, big blue cats. I mean, it's the 10 to 15 miles below Canyon Lake is an amazing fishery. So that's why it's funny to see them be so uppity about these trout, yet have no regard for a separate species like
So-
fish.
I mean, bass eat trout, stripers eat trout. I mean, I don't understand why they don't feel similar towards the bass.
I don't know.
Is it because it's a local fish, a native
I
fish?
don't know. I couldn't tell you, bro. Maybe it's because trout aren't. I don't know, man. I don't think they use their heads. I think that I think that they think that one striper is just demolishing the population, but there's well more bass
Yeah.
in that area than there
Eating
are
the-
striper
eating the trout.
At a maybe one striper can kill 10 trout in a week, but one bass can kill 4 trout in the week, but there's 10 times more bass killing those 4 trout. So I don't understand, man. I don't understand. I mean, I think it's beautiful. I mean, if I caught like an under 20 inch striper, I'd probably take it to eat it, because that's awesome. But also the bigger ones, I'm letting go. And I feel like those guys target specifically the big ones, the big ones.
Which, I mean, they're anomalies, man. I don't think they need to be targeted and killed, because it just catching something that size, bro, is like, it's a memory that's going to be forever ingrained in you.
In a kayak? Dude, imagine. Dude.
So it's like, I don't understand it, Like, I can understand if it's like, you're hunting deer or elk, it's coal fucking deer or coal elk or coal axis, whatever. You got to eventually take you got to eventually take it out. Ooh, my bad.
Ooh, he's about to get bitched at right now. Look at him. Where are you at? So yeah, man, it's just silly. It's a silly concept. They get upset that you're catching trout unethically with a spinning rod.
Yeah.
Yet they'll unethically kill a different species because it's eating their little fish that they paid to catch.
And
it's silly. It's a silly concept. Overall, it's like a very contradicting concept. Don't hurt the trout because you'll kill them by not catching them on barbless fly hooks and taking them out of the water too long, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Yet they'll catch a big striper, throw it on the bank, let it die. Doesn't make sense. I don't understand.
I don't understand that whole concept either, man.
yeah.
I mean, have you heard any stories of people doing that or anything?
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about it because of the time of year. I mean, dude, I've been so worried about work, business, life that I haven't even thought about some of the sillier things that we would get wrapped up in, before having a kid, before having a shop. Like, yeah, Manny and I would purposely go to the trout zone and like fuck with them. Like, not like them in like their person, but like throw a spinning rod in front of them for the same fish they're trying to catch. Like, just to make a point, like just to get on their nerves. So, like I said, it's silly. And I'm sure not every one of them is like that, but the majority of them are.
I've been very lucky to meet really, really cool and dope fly guys. Shout out to Real Fly, Dominic, Kyle. I mean, those he's a guide. Those dudes.
Casio,
nice.
big shout out to him. He's always guiding out there. They're super cool people. Like, there's cool people that understand like fishing is fishing. You respect all fish the same, and then there's the guys that are like paying to catch. You know what I mean? It's just,
By the way, it wasn't Dominic. It was Donovan. I'm
Donovan,
so sorry.
damn, dude. So yeah, man. So yeah, that's a great topic to start off on. So yeah, man, Trout Zone is gonna heat up here in the next couple months.
When are they stocking it again?
I don't know. They stock it regularly. You'd have to look.
We talked on last episode how they stocked up Breckenridge with catfish. Oscar's pretty excited about that.
Guadalupe River. Let me see. Look it up. No dead air. Guadalupe River. Guadalupe River. Trout stocking. Here we go. 2023, 2024 trout stocking schedule. So the harvest. So let's just talk about that for those of you who want to go out there and do it. I highly recommend. If you don't have a fly setup, you can't afford a fly setup, you don't know the first thing about fly setups or fly fishing in general, you can get hooked up with the guys over there at, what is it, Real Fly?
Yeah, Real Fly.
Real Fly, they can help you out. If you've got the monetary means to go buy a fly rod and go get a lesson and go out there and do it, hit those guys up. But again, if you just don't have the money to buy an extra $300-$400 combo, you don't need the best fly rod. But if you just don't want to get involved in that, you don't know how to throw a fly rod.
So Donovan out and Real Fly out by Canyon Lake. I initially saw his shop and I'm like, let me just check it out real quick when I was like fishing that whole area. And I walked in and nicest guy ever. It was like, yo, like I really don't know what any of this is, And he started kind of educating me on it. And he was like, let's drink a beer,
I knew that was going to happen. I was actually just going to say, man, you should probably go step over there. It's because there's a sensor, and when nobody's moving, it's like an eco-friendly store. Goddamn libs. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's an eco-friendly store. So what were you saying? Donovan over there?
So, man, I want to say like this was like 2017. It was a while ago. But yeah, I walk in there, man. He offered me a beer. That's when I got introduced to Real Ale Ghost, lemon lime, that summer flavor. I could just remember. But yeah, man, I actually walked out that day with a Reddington fly rod. I still have it. I still use it to this very day. Remember when where were we, Bandera, Texas, when we were going down that river on foot, when I fucked up my camera lens, my $1,500 camera lens that went down the drain. But yeah, he sells used equipment. So like you don't have to buy a brand new one. I don't know if he still does this, but at the time he was selling used fly rods that he takes on guides with him and all that stuff. So I mean, I got one for a really good fucking deal and hooked me up with a bunch of flies, for a great price. And then I got my waders there. He also sells used waders as well at the time. I think at the end of the year you'll get all those waders and sell them at a really good price. So I got some Sims waders and all that good stuff.
Dope.
Both for me and my girlfriend.
Gotcha. So again, if you have the monetary means and have the drive to go learn how to fly fish, check those guys out. Now, I just pulled up on the TPWD website. Yep. This is what makes it even funnier. So I don't even know if these trout guys pay for the stocking. It's already done with TPWD. We all pay that with our taxes through the state or whatever. I mean, shit, I have the license plate that says I pay for the Texas Parks and Wildlife license plate. Like that's how much I fuck with TPWD. Here's the regulations for the harvest 2023-2040 for schedule and harvest regulations. There's no minimum length required. So again, don't let anybody, peer pressure you into feeling bad for keeping a 10-inch trout. They're fucking paid for. If you catch a 10-inch trout with your son, daughter, your child, keep it. That's okay. The daily bag limit is 5 per person. Special limits are in effect on certain parts of the river. So that is very important. There will be signs usually on trees, or if you pay for like an entry point. That's, I think, the other funny thing about it. And again, I could just be making this up, but I think they're so uppity because they pay for like a little section to park to fish at.
Okay, so if anybody's ever been down there, parking is a fucking pain in the ass. There's nowhere to park. In order for you to park and be able to fish off the beach or whatever, or off the bank, you have to pay a fucking crazy fee, or you have to be a private member. It's insane.
Yeah, it again, trout fishing in general, one of the biggest gatekeeps to the whole thing is the cost. I mean, the cost, it's expensive. You can't just go fish like you're fishing in the summer with your Theo with the cheap Zebco. Like you've got to have the gear, you've got to have waders, this is cold weather fishing, which I'm going to do on my personal Instagram. I've got like 4 or 5 messages of people messaging me, how do you stay warm on a kayak in the winter, in the cold weather? And still ride rapid. So I'm going to talk about that whenever I go out.
By the way, that Real Fly shop, they sell a map. In that map, it's got public access points, like to different like banks. You could actually, I mean, it's like a $10 fee, whatnot, but I mean, it's still open to the public. You don't have to be a private member.
Yeah, we should probably do that, man. We should probably go one day, like whenever we're done with the water or something, and go like showcase like the public areas for people who want to get out there and don't have an extra $1,000.
I have the map. post a picture of it. I still have it. I bought it. I need to frame it.
We'll post it right here. Okay. Okay. So besides that, obviously, if you're 17 years or older, you need a valid fishing license. Obviously, you want to make sure you have that. Always promoting the correct thing to do. Under 17, you do not have to have a license. Let me see. So the locations and dates that are about the stalking schedule. Let me just go over some like notable ones that are obviously here in the surrounding area. They stalk this all over the state. You can look it up. Go to Texas Parks and Wildlife. It's tpwd.texas.gov/trout stalking, and it'll have the whole list. So the ones in the general area are, let's see, coming up, we've got, so in Bandera City Park, they're going to release 878 on the 19th of December. That's pretty cool. That's also a good place to go fish for some big bass. The Blanco River, you went over it whenever you went somewhere. The Blanco State Park, they will release 3,000 trout. The first one actually was yesterday, 11/28, 12/13, 1/3, 126, or so 126. So they're going to release, they released however many yesterday. They're going to release on the 13th of December, on the 3rd of January, and the 26th of January, and they're going to release 3,000 total.
How do they get a count on that? By weight?
What do you mean?
Like you said, 3,000 total. Like
yeah, they'll just probably release like 500 each time or whatever the case is. That's just how they'll do it. Canyon Lake. There will be a Canyon Lake release at Canyon Lake Park 1500 on February 25th. Again, they're doing this during the coldest times of the year because obviously they want them to survive as long as they can. I'm just going by cities now. They do it all over the country, dude, or all over the state. Fisher Park Pond 1, that's in New Braunfels. They're going to release 900 on the 6th of January. And that's it. And then, of course, below the Guad, or on the Guad below Canyon Lake. What? They do it at, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even know that. They do it at LBJ State Park in Fredericksburg, 533 on the 4th of January. Lady Bird Park in Fredericksburg, 570 on the 14th of January. Again, guys, just bear with me. I'm just going through. Live Oak City Park. That's a pond here in San Antonio. They're going to do it on the 6th of December, the 10th of January, and the 24th of January. They're going to release 1,050. So that's here locally if you wanted to head out. Llano River at Mason, 2,500. We gotta check that out, brother. You're not paying attention.
No, I am. I'm looking at these numbers right now.
Miller's Pond. Oh, you're looking. Oh, gotcha. The pond numbers exactly. Miller's Pond here in San Antonio. They're gonna release 3,790. They did on the 22nd of this month. They'll do it again on the 22nd of next month, the 19th of January, and the 16th of February. So, guys, if you go check it out, man, I just feel like I'm wasting time reading it. But they release all over the state, and just check your local area when you can go. So the total to be stocked in Texas is 350,000.
Wow,
pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. Some shit that Texas Parks and Wildlife does for the state.
I still awesome. So for this 2024 year, I really want to get one of the game wardens on here.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
We already spoke to some of the people out there from the fishery. They said they can get us a scientist. This one actually lives here locally.
Let's go. I gotta tell Manny they're gonna release it out and burn it too, since he lives up in that area.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's the trout stalking, guys. Don't let the guys peer pressure you. Don't let anybody make you feel unwelcome. Don't let anybody make you feel dumb or silly. Know your rights. Know where to launch publicly, and get out. Take your children fishing. Introduce somebody new to trout fishing. It's a fun time. And if all you can afford is a spinning rod with a MEP spinner and you're catching them, don't let anybody make you feel bad about it. Go out and have a blast. So let's move on from that. That was an awesome intro, dude. I did not even think about any of that shit. Okay, let's see. So keeping up with our topics. Guys, we got new pro staff members for the 2023-2024 season here with Outdoor Alphas. The returning pro staff members are going to be myself, Rolando Nandin, and Ray Terrazas. Those guys, obviously, they kill it at the coast. Rolando is one of our big freshwater tournament sticks out there. And we have two new heavy hitters for the pro staff team this year. We have Michael Dominguez.
We talked about him last pod.
Yes, we did. He's a young kid out there at the coast. He's in college right now. We'll get him on the pod once he's on Christmas break, is what he said. Dude, he's a Jesus, dude. He's a fucking hammer
Fucking
down
destroyer,
there.
bro. Destroyer.
No live baits needed. He is a freaking killer, dude. He catches big tarpon, big trout, limits and reds. He does it from the jetties. He does it inshore, offshore, you name it, man. That guy gets it done. So be looking for him. And then another guy, I've never met the guy, but Samuel speaks highly of him. His name is Jeff Jones. He's a bass
I hear really
guy.
good things about him, man.
Yes, sir. He's
really
apparently
smart,
he
intelligent.
does over 100 tournaments a year, and we just needed to branch out and get a guy in a boat on the team.
Yep.
And again, man, he's a hammer. He's always at Ivy. He's always at Canyon Lake. I think he runs tournaments. And, of course, like I said, he participates in over 100 a year. So we'll have both of those two guys on the pod because those are the new
Speaking
members.
of tournaments, I'm hoping like maybe by 2024, maybe we could figure something out to have our own tournament here locally.
Oh, yeah, dude. That'd be
pretty
cool,
dope.
like an unpacking yakking tournament. So those are the new pro staff members, guys. Be looking for them. If you noticed, our biggest sponsor, Outdoor Alphas, finally got us
Finally
a nice
got it.
little banner.
We didn't have to seal it from the front.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I mean, that's pretty much, what I wanted to talk about, too. Is
Samuel
just,
walked in like, goddamn hippies took my fucking sign.
and you know what else he said
Libs.
earlier? We called him right before the pod to just go over what we needed to go over, product placement, etc. He was like, when are you going to have the big dog on the pod? That motherfucker did a live yesterday with Robert Rodriguez. Now he's ready to do a pod. We've asked him to do the pod every fucking week for like a year.
It was so funny to get a little notification Outdoor Alphas going live, and I click on it. I just see Samuel.
They're all
I see the
here
big
in our
dog. The big
setup.
dog here.
God
I was like, what
bless.
the fuck is this?
That is hilarious, dude.
I mean, I've been trying to get him on the pod. Every time I ask him, Samuel, when are you going to hop on the pod? I can't. I'm busy. I got stuff to run over with the Jeep. I got a big trailhead going to be going in. Just added 35s on the tires. Be running over some nice things there and climbing some walls. Mm-hmm. Like, Jesus Christ. And he's like, your hair's really long. And like, I could just see him like slowly like holstering his gun, like getting all nervous. You look like a lib with that long hair.
He literally said maybe when he cuts his hair, I'll add him to the group. So silly. So, guys, that's cool, man. So we're hopefully going to have Samuel on, the guy who owns and operates Outdoor Alphas, our biggest sponsor.
And big announcement.
Oh, big announcement, guys. They are now going to open a second store back up. They closed it down, save some cash, find a new place to open up to serve the southern half of San Antonio because we're centrally located. North to central, we're right here on Huebner, basically medical center, northwest side of San Antonio, Leon Valley. We're on the northwest side-ish of town, but they're opening back up a location on the southeast side of town. He says that he will possibly be opening a soft opening if they're ready, Friday, December 8th. Keep on the lookout in case that changes. All socials, Unpacking Yakin or Outdoor Alpha's Instagram, and of course their website. I'm sure
Soft opening, huh? That's what they tell you?
that's I guess what my wife tells me. That's why I tell my wife, yo, this is a soft term right here. Don't be expecting much. Let me see. Let me see their website.
Get your hopes up.
I hate to just outdoor.
Damn, that new laptop there looks mighty fine, bro.
Yes, sir, man. The MacBook Pro had to get it do. Okay, so it's just outdooralphas.com. Look on there for updates on that. But the new store's address is 3007 Rigsby Road, Suite 116. Again, that soft opening might be around Friday, December 8th. If that changes, just keep, like I said, follow the socials, ours, Outdoor Alphas, Instagram, or outdooralphas.com for changes and updates on that. 3007 Rigsby Suite 116 to serve that southern part of the city. He had a store down there on Rigsby before, but they had to close it up to focus on this one, get this one as big as it was, and then now they found a good place to. I think something was up with the tenant.
Rigsby, 35 in Rigsby?
35 of Rigsby, more like 410 in Rigsby.
Okay,
basically.
okay.
410
Yeah.
Rigsby, like southeast side of town,
Yeah.
East Central,
It's
Sam
by-
Houston area.
It's by my warehouse.
Gotcha, exactly. Pretty much over there, southeast side of
Okay.
town. And guys, like I said, that's going to be opening up December 8th.
It's going to be closer to our boy B. He don't got to drive all the way over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of B, man, he had a pretty good solo trip on the water. He
got his
caught
personal
his
best.
personal best trout
Shout
at
out to
24
him.
inches. He finally caught a red on the boat, on his own. Little Mijo growing up. Nah, man, good on him, man. He got that boat a couple months back, and he's been taking it out there. He said he put like 3,000 miles on his brand new ass truck. So he's been grinding and finding. That's the thing about fishing. It's called fishing, not catching, right? You're gonna go sometimes and not catch shit, and then go the next week and kill them. So shout out to him doing that. Is that what?
We're 44 minutes.
Oh, dope. So that's pretty much the new store opening, and obviously shout out to be there. But guys, we did have a product spotlight because not only does trout fishing pick up, not only does big bass fishing pick up, not only do all the fair weather anglers get off the water when it gets like this, one of the biggest things that comes up here in Texas in the cold months is white bass fishing season. It's hot and heavy January through May, and they just got a bunch of new 6 cents Pecos underspins
Pretty
in.
closer to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, guys, if you know anything about white bass fishing, you can go to Bridge 99, go up or down river a couple miles. Watch out for the gators. You throw these, and you're going to come back with a limit. Oh, yeah, gators. It's Canyon Lake, or Choke Canyon, essentially. It dumps in the Choke Canyon. But, guys, Bridge 99 or any of the white bass run spots that are heavily known, you can kill them with these dope underspins, man. This is the type of bait they're chasing. Once you get on a school, you stick there, you make the same cast over and over and over till they stop biting. You know the drill. And like I said, January through May, really heavy between January, February, and March. But the technical season is from January to May. Not so much about catching and releasing, just that's when the spawn is on, and that's when they're running up river from the lake and then going back down. So that's why, there's the season.
So, speaking of Choke Canyon, didn't they kill the record gator there? Was it world record or Texas record?
I'm not.
I think it was a little girl that ended up killing one.
I don't know, man. Let me see.
That bucket was a manny, bro.
Texas.
Motherfucker was huge.
Texas record
alligator Choke Canyon. I think it was a couple years ago. So, funny story. Hey, this ties in.
It said it was caught in 1998, 14 feet 3 inches long, weighing. Oh no! Let me see.
Yeah, there's one of a little girl. I think a little girl shot it in Choke Canyon.
Yeah. It said, well, I don't know. It says in 2013, an 800-pound, 14-foot, 3-inch gator was caught in Choke Canyon by an 18-year-old named Braxton.
Oh no,
Bielski.
Yeah, it was a dude. Yeah.
Braxton Bielski. So yeah, man. I mean, again, when you're white bass fishing, just keep your eyes on a swivel.
Don't swim.
Don't swim.
So Mike from Hill Country, I think I shared the story previous pod, but I'll share it again. He wanted me to film, and he was talking about canyon. I immediately came to mind was Choke Canyon. I was like, I'm not going to get in the water. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to do an underwater. I'm not going to do an underwater video for your lure in Choke Canyon.
There's plenty of clean water spots that you can go to that aren't Choke
No,
Canyon.
he meant Canyon Lake.
Oh,
I was driving, and I glimpsed at it, and I saw Canyon. I thought he was talking about Choke Canyon. And I answered, was like, that's a hard pass, bro. I was like, I'm not gonna get in that fucking water and film for you.
That's hilarious. So real quick before I get off topic is unpacking yakin, say it at the front desk, save yourself 10%, and it helps the show out for, being our biggest sponsor. But guys, they have them on all different colorways, chartreuse with dark, chartreuse with white, that ghost pattern, and then the translucent. So pretty much whatever they're biting on, whatever they're feeding on, the colors will be here. They'll be in stock. And they had a bunch of swivel head swim jigs, which we were supposed to have, but Jesse was thinking in the shitter or something. We couldn't get a hold of them. But anyways, I'm going to check those out and probably pick some up and throw some on Friday.
Out of curiosity, did you get any new lures you're experimenting with?
Oh, yes, I did. Also, I'm going to take some of these and throw them in the trout zone to piss off the trout guys. These would be a trout killer, bro. It's a single J hook if they're going to be. Oh, you do have to follow the rules in the zones with the signs. If they do say you have to catch them with the barbless hook, you have to follow those rules. So again, follow the rules, but piss them off, right? So what Roland was mentioning there is, guys, one of my sponsors, just as an angler, Hill Country Swim Baits, came out with a middle of the road bait. So they came out with their 6-inch Guadalupe Glide about a year ago. It's a great bait. I've caught. The first time I took it out, I caught 2 7-pounders. Fucking awesome. Then they came out with the 10-inch bait, the Guadalupe, I guess, big size, or they call it the Medina Glide. And it's the 10-inch version. And I went up to go fish with Manny and showed him how big they could get out there at the lake he fishes. I caught a 25.2, almost 9-pound bass on their 10-inch. But they were missing something, right? You got a 6-inch, you got a 10-inch. The 6 inches for like anybody and everybody just getting into it. The 10-inch, it's like 5 ounces. You need the right gear. There's gatekeeping involved. If you're not comfortable throwing a 10-inch bait, you're not comfortable throwing a 10-inch bait. But let's say you've grown from the 6-inch bait. They were missing something in the middle, and they just came out with the 7.5-inch Quad Glide. And I've taken it on the water once. It was a very just rushed day. It was on the San Marcos, and I didn't get any. I got a couple follows, and I got a couple strikes, but nothing landed. But tomorrow or on Friday, 2 days from now, I will go out and fish it religiously because I'm gonna go fish with no, like, I got to run back to the shop and be back by a certain time. I'm just going to fish. I'm just going to break it down and fish the 7.5-inch Glide. So that's the middle of the road. It's 3.5 ounces. You definitely need the right gear. You can't throw like any reel with it. You do need a little bigger reel, 200 plus 200 to 300 size reel. And you need a stick. You need a stick with a backbone. So I still throw it on my Daiwa XSB. That's rated for 10 ounces, but you could probably get away with throwing it on like a heavy jig stick or a heavy frog rod because it's 3.5 ounces. If you're throwing it like on a medium heavy, I mean, your tip is just look like rolling on a Saturday. It's just not, I mean, it's not going to work. So you need kind of the right gear. Huh?
That's me after a bolsita.
Yes, sir. You got to throw it with the right gear. So the 7.5-inch Glide, check them out. Hill Country Swim Baits. Let them know that I sent you just personally. But hopefully I get bid on it, man. I'm excited. Because again, the 6-inch gets munched. But some days they want a little bigger. So the 10-inch can be a little intimidating to just the angler and the fish. So that 7.5-inch, I think, is going to be that next stepping stone of, 6, 7.5, 10. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see here. And then we are looking at the last couple of things here because we've got a time crunch, guys. That's the other thing.
8 minutes left.
8 minutes left. So really, man, that's all I had for that. So at least on our notes of what we're going to talk about today.
What are you looking forward to this coming year?
2024, right? So 2024, man, I really hope that go over the pod numbers and then we'll do that to roll it out.
All right. My phone might die, so it's a 2%. That's why I sent it over to you.
Oh, shit, my bad. I got you. Okay, so let's talk about that, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Okay. So, guys, we're going to go over our Unpacking Yakin podcast numbers. Again, this was our first, whatever. We started in March, right? Technically? Full-time? March, technically?
Yeah.
July, August, September, October, November. Okay. So, we're doing it about 9 months now. In 9 months, our numbers are, we've got 49 top fans. We've created 1.2 thousand minutes of, minutes created as far as, pods out there. Our top 10 fans, we have 219, top 568, top podcast, 49 fans. I don't understand these numbers at all.
In other words,
these are, I'm not a Spotify guy.
So check this out. All right. So out of when it comes to the top 10, 219 fans, so like out of 219 people, we're their top 10 podcast.
Let's go. Shout out to those 219 people. See, he understands.
The top, and then there's 168 people that have our podcast as their top 5 podcasts.
Let's go.
And then there's 49 people that have us as number 1 as their number 1 podcast.
Hey, that's fucking dope. Y'all 49 motherfuckers, you send us a message and I'll send you like a bait or something.
See, your top 5 podcast for 168 fans.
That's dope, man. That's cool because honestly, we did it such a half, like, we didn't do it half-assed. When we show up, we give it our all. We try to do what we can do. But, man, with life, with work, with everything, I think this next year is going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, and our main listeners are the United States and Canada.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So again, for doing this for 9 months, I still get, where was I at? Oh, we were at my grandparents for Thanksgiving, and one of my aunt's friends was like, "Hey, Albert, you still," like, I didn't even think about it. I'm just there with family, relaxing, chilling. She was like, "Hey, you still shooting the podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, we are. That's cool. You listen?" She was like, "Yeah, I've listened. I like it." And I was like, "Damn, that's cool." Like, it's cool that people listen to the podcast. Honestly, it's cool because we're just fucking idiots talking about fishing. Like, it's super cool. I do appreciate everybody who does because, I mean, we're taking away time from our wives, our kids, our life. Like, we're getting bitched at as soon as we get off the phone.
We're streamed in 4 countries too.
4 countries. Let's go, guys. So that's awesome. We appreciate everybody who listens. Like, really.
Our top episode was, of course, Marshall.
Let's go, Marshall out there.
Yeah, shout out to Marshall, bro. And then let's see. Am I missing it? Oh, so ideally, I'll break this down just so that way. So the people who listen to us, they normally listen to their number one podcast choice are comedy, sports, and society and culture.
Yeah, so we're up there.
Yeah, we're up there.
That's cool, man. That's awesome, dude. So again, we appreciate absolutely every single one of you who've listened to at least a minute of us. We're just a bunch of idiots. We're still learning. We're learning how to not, I'm learning how to not interrupt people. Roland's learning how to, get comfortable maybe talking about stuff, getting on the pod, like just, because I remember when we first started, you were like, nah, I'm just going to be behind the scenes. And I was like, nah, man, I think people like, because I think people like the perspective of somebody who isn't like a fucking crazy loser about fishing like us, we're like, oh, damn, I learned something today. Or, you get excited and shit about stuff. So that was awesome, man. That last thing that we were going to touch base on, we got 5 minutes left here is what are some things that you're excited about, or what are some of your goals and some of your aspirations for the pod in 2024?
So ideally I want to fucking quadruple these numbers up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked that we even had 219 listeners, and that's not even everybody, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're in people's top 10, favorite podcasts, which is really dope, but I didn't expect to be 219, if that's 219, imagine the amount of people that listen to us just in general,
That, or honestly, man, it's just also the consistency thing, dude. I was watching this, I don't know if I mentioned it on here already, but I was watching this person who's like a social media, creator, which that could be an annoying title these days, but he was saying that it's not about how much or how well or how often you do. It's just about trying to get to that, it took 10 people who have already had, let's say, 1 million followers in whatever platform they were, and they were finding the denominator on how the common denominator on how they all got there. And the biggest thing was 1,000 posts, whether that's 1,000 YouTube videos, whether that's 1,000 podcasts, whether that's 1,000 Instagram posts, 1,000 posts of their social media, whatever platform was the common denominator to how they got 1 million followers. So really, we just need to get out and post. We need to get out and try to do this religiously as possible. We need to work. We need to get better at communicating and scheduling our guests. We need to be more on top of it. We need to make it more of a priority for like Wednesday or for the weekend, right? It just depends.
We're just really busy because the holidays are coming up. Both of our
holidays,
businesses,
family,
family, businesses, and all that stuff. And dude, but I would just have to say, like, I just want to give a shout out to the people that supported us, like Marshall, Scales and Tails. They've all been super supportive. Mallory. Yeah.
Dude, I feel like we've had some dope guests for being two idiots.
Yeah. Well, especially at the very beginning, bro. Like, I didn't expect it to be like that. Alan Bell. Like, shout out to him, bro, for making that drive over here.
Dude, yeah. We've had some fucking dope guests for as haphazard as we've done the pod, right? So we're going to get better. We're going to get on the grind, focus, and really just make 2024, like, fun. We still have fun when we do. I have fun when we do.
That's another thing is, like, for 2024, like, I want to get these numbers, bump these numbers up, but I'm also going to really focus on just video work. So I'm going to be working with Hill Country Swim Baits. I was about to say Hills and Tails, but Hill Country Swim Baits. I'm going to work with Mike and ideally just try to pump out a little small reel. We got the drone footage, we got the camera work now to literally just have our own studio. So, and then ideally, that second camera that we got, I'm going to add it in there whenever we have a guest.
Oh, I forgot about all the content that we can make. Now we've got the drones. We've got we
got 2 drones, 2 cameras.
2 cams, the stabilizer.
3 GoPros.
A new laptop. The whole 9, bro. Yeah. Let's go. I mean, it's going to be fun, dude. So, guys, appreciate you listening. Love love all of y'all that have us in your tops. Love all of you that don't. I mean, anybody who listened to us once this last year or 9 months is dope. So 2024 looks dope.
And the other thing is, I want to hopefully try to get Japan to tune in and listen.
Who? Oh, Japan. Nice. I want to try to like message some bigger YouTubers. I mean, there's some guys that I've reached out to that have said, I'm down. It's just trying to get them on.
Yeah.
Gatewood Brown, Rex Del Rey with Action Hat. Like, I've talked to a lot of guys that, again, because the reason why we do this is because I feel like Manny, myself, the squad, the boys, like we've been real in tune in the fishing kayak community for a minute.
Yeah.
And I think it's that with that, we're able to get some of these cool guests. And I mean, fuck, I go out there and fish all the time. Like we're still, not only are we running a pod about fishing, I'm still going out there and doing the damn thing, right?
Yeah.
And then whenever you can, you get out there and do it as well. So I think that's what's cool. It's kind of like, you
Your
know.
focus is fishing, getting content out. My focus now is this.
Yeah,
you know?
that's dope. That is dope. But we're still going to get your ass out there.
And we also got to focus on 2024, teaching how to edit. So that way, I'm not the only one doing reels.
Let's go, dude. I know. Come on. All right, guys. Thank you again.
Right.
Peace
Later.
out.
Peace.